out east of Cagle in this area. That's going to be the biggest area of concern. And to the north, again, you can see that hail core just to the north. This is north of Dunlap. Let me zoom close in, get some street names on here. But again, this is just east of, this is over Mount Airy. This is Palo, this is Lusk. These are the areas that we're wanting you to hopefully be in your safe place right now. Be in your safe place right now. Kelly is saying the tornado sirens started in Lafayette, started raining in Eastridge. Justin, I've just did Georgia. We're going to get back to it in a minute. We've got 3 tornado warnings that we're touching on. This is the most impressive one, moving through Mount Airy and Palo. And if you were anywhere in that circle, anywhere in the path of this area right here, and we're moving to the east-southeast, so now I would say Brayton, Hickory Grove, Hendon, go to your safe place. Elm Hill, go to your safe place. Brush Creek, Elm Hill to Hendon, Hickory Grove, and Brayton, go to your safe place. Not saying that there is guaranteed a tornado on the ground, but I am absolutely saying that there is some rotation there, and if that does decide to tighten up and turn into a tornado, then you don't want to be anywhere near it. So some good shear right there near Mount Airy. Looking for some additional confirmation of that. Don't see anything that does indicate. Sometimes everything lines up and you know it's a tornado on the ground. I'm not seeing that. I'm not saying there is or isn't a tornado on the ground or hasn't been. I'm just saying I'm not seeing evidence, confirmed evidence of that on the ground. Looking at a lot of gate-to-gate shear again back here. This again is the one that is in effect for parts of Grundy County. We do have severe thunderstorm warning. That's in effect for Whitwell, Jasper, South Pittsburgh, Marion County. That's in effect until 9:30 Central Time. Tornado warning in effect for Chickamauga down to Lafayette. I know you heard the sirens go off. I'm going to break this down a little bit for you. This is the one that earlier I was least concerned about. Let's see if I still am. Now, don't get me wrong, lightning, wind, rain, nasty weather. But is it rising to the level of a tornado? We're going to click on the skit, BTI of 4.1, definitely getting hail with this. I say definitely getting hail. I'm not seeing the hail on there, but yeah, so if we're getting any rotation at all, it's going to be right here. That's on the weak side of wind shear. I don't see anything that is causing me major concern. Eider, let's see what you got in Eider. That is some pretty impressive hail falling out right there. Let's see if we have anything to match that. Don't see it. Okay, so in Eider, you're looking at just a lot of hail, or this storm north of Eider now. A lot of hail, BTI of 4.1. We'll need to watch it. Look at that hail. 2.25 inches in diameter. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. So that's what we're looking at there. Lafayette, tornado warning, but right now what you have, there is nothing there that is producing major rotation near you. You can see that this is moving to the east. This area of rotation, this area of wind shear, and you can even call it rotation, is moving east toward you. So that's why they have prompted that tornado warning. Does not mean there's a tornado on the ground, but you can clearly see there is some rotation there. Notice these purples west of Huntsville. Those are confirmed tornadoes. Those are where we have had tornadoes confirmed and they're on the ground. So if you see any of those flash purple, that's when you're talking about a brand new deal. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go back up. I want to go back up to Bledsoe and Sequatchie County, 845. That's going to expire in 10 minutes.
Possible tornado in the Brigadoon area?
Okay, so this one in Bledsoe and Sequatchie County. The radar looks a little less organized. A lot of dark up there, possibly some hail there. Yeah, nice little hail core right here. So let's see what's going on below that. Yeah, still some nice little rotation there. Goodness. Okay, that's not as impressive, but still some rotation. Right here, got those reds and greens together. And when we talk about the reds and greens together, just a quick primer on that. You've got, hang on. So the radar picks up and can tell the direction that drops of water are moving. And if they're moving toward the radar, then the wind is going that way. If it's moving away from the radar, the reds, then it's moving that way. And so when we see it this close together, that means that there's probably some rotation. Doesn't guarantee, now this is above the ground, doesn't guarantee that there's a tornado on the ground, but if there is one, that's where you look. It would be underneath that. So that is where we're looking. So that's north of Dunlap. So I'm going to go ahead and say, you know, I don't know if they're going to extend this over into places like Graysville, Sail Creek, but be watchful. If you're not going to your safe place yet, be ready to go, just in case this gets extended a little bit further. This has been traveling for a while. Doesn't look as impressive as it did. The hail is really crazy. Look at this hail core to the north. That is some wild, wild hail, and that is from Hitchcock's to Old Cumberland to Brockdale. Okay. Patty, that was the same vacuum cleaner. Yeah, now we're seeing the hail beginning to fade apart a little bit. That's good news. Okay, so the good news for places like Dayton, Graysville, Bakewell, this may and probably is falling apart a little bit. Still a tornado warning until 8:45. So those same areas, don't be Brayton, Hickory Grove, Hendon. Just stay in your safe place for about, I don't know, 10 more minutes, and then that tornado warning will be over. And then we're talking about a severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning now in effect. Ooltewah and Cleveland. Somebody is saying the rain is wild in Soddy Daisy. I'll bet it is. For these areas, look, just north of Ooltewah, take a look. A lot of hail with that storm moving this way. I think that is about all that we're seeing. Hail and gusty winds, and I'm guessing a lot of lightning. Yeah, a lot of lightning with that. Chattanooga getting hammered with heavy rain, lightning, any hail over Chattanooga. Doesn't look like hail is falling with these particular storms. No severe for downtown Chattanooga, but a lot of Hamilton County, there is the severe thunderstorm warning that encompasses Bradley and Hamilton County in effect until 10:15 Eastern. 10:15 Eastern. 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail will be the biggest threats with that storm. And we'll click on it. BTI of 6.2. That is pretty high. That's we're gonna keep an eye on that. No tornado warning, and I'm not. Let me just zoom in on that. If they're saying a BTI of 7.1, that's pretty darn high. Not seeing. Okay. So seeing some reds and greens together. Am I seeing anything that adds to my concern there? I'm not. Broad rotation, maybe. North of Ooltewah, near Middle Valley, east of Soddy Daisy, little red and green together. And that is moving east-northeast at 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. All right, so if you are in Northeast Georgia, you're in Lafayette. Let's take a look, see if we have anything. And I'm going to kind of keep this one on screen while we do this, just to keep an eye on that. This particular one, these are the areas that it will impact within the next 20 minutes. Hail, BTI of 4.1. This little sucker just kind of exploded. Look at all of that black to the west in northern DeKalb County. And we're going to have to hone in on that. I'm going to come back to you in Ooltewah, Cleveland, Hamilton County, and Bradley County, and we'll come back up to Grundy County in just a minute. This is looking, whoa, all of that black, that's hail, okay? That is nothing but hail. And so let's see if we have anything that goes along with that that would cause me concern. Right now it is just intense, crazy hail. We're going to watch that one for some rotation, for some spinning that may take place with that. That is entering that tornado warning area. That's in effect until 9:45, so only 5 more minutes with this tornado warning. This area is much weaker than it was, and it continues to weaken. Still showing, I'm really not even showing hail. If you're getting hail in that area, let me know. Here is the hail core in northern DeKalb County, and that's moving to the northeast. That's moving northeast at east-northeast at 26 miles per hour. And that's moving toward all of these areas: Rising Fawn, Plum Nelly, Cassandra, Davis Crossroads. All of this major hail-producing, wind-producing, rain and lightning-producing storm is moving your way. So be ready. This is one where I would say, if you have a safe place and you feel like going, even if there's no tornado warning, knock yourself out. You're going to be just fine. This tornado warning ends at 9:45. I'm curious to see what they do with this line of storms. That will at least, I believe, prompt an additional severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Dade and Walker County. We'll see what happens in 4 minutes, but that's a nasty storm too. Scottsboro, just north of Scottsboro, moving up towards Stevenson. You've got another storm moving up towards South Pittsburgh. Within 30 minutes, it's going to be moving towards South Pittsburgh. That storm is producing hail also. And then our tornado warning also for Cagle, that's going to expire in 4 minutes. That is a much broader, I can tell right now that's not producing much anymore. I'm seeing a little red-green here. Let me see if I can balance that out. And, well, unfortunately, that has been, let me just go back in history for an hour. We'll do this an hour in history. And look how that shear has just been popping up, and just won't let go. And when we click, that is also where we're seeing some of those greens and reds together. So there is still some rotation in there. There's still some rotation in there, believe it or not. Okay, so I would say this is bearing down on Brayton, Hickory Grove, Hendon. Be in your safe places. Be in your safe places. Elm Hill, I would extend that to you. And still be ready. Graysville, Sail Creek, Hodgetown, just be ready. If anybody lives in Cagle and you want to let me know what it was like and what happened, storming really hard in Dalton. I know it is. I know it is. That is what we have going on just north of Dalton. I'll turn the lightning on. Most of the heavy lightning is still back to the west with these storms. This is producing a lot of hail in northern DeKalb County. Very strong storm lifting up through Chattanooga into Red Bank. We're going to zoom in on that one. You can see the severe thunderstorm warning. The severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Hamilton and Bradley County until 10:15. So that's got another 30 minutes, but this is for this batch of storms. This batch of storms, a 5.0 tornado index out of 10, 90% chance of hail. Little surprised we don't have a warning associated with that, severe thunderstorm warning associated with that. Let me see if we're delivering any hail with that. We're not, so it's not delivering hail, and the winds probably aren't up to the parameters that a severe thunderstorm warning needs to be for that to be issued. And we'll zoom in, that's looking pretty Eastridge-ish. And you can see Battery Heights, East Chattanooga, moving into Holiday Hills, Shallowford Hills, Summit. There's East Ridge down here. The direction is a little bit, I'm going to click on that. Is that east-northeast, right? So in 1 minute, it'll be on top of us. It's actually on top of us right now. These are the areas in the next 5 minutes. And again, that could produce hail, gusty winds, and torrential rain and lightning. Torrential rain and lightning, okay? No warning for downtown Chattanooga, Red Bank, East Ridge, but you have got a lot of business going on. Okay. So now, boy, we're looking at this. Again, I'm going to click on the hail and be amazed at the hail core. That is incredible. All of that is hail falling out right now. That's not a hail history. The hail history is this. The hail falling out right now is this, okay? And this is, okay, our tornado warning has expired. I'm actually going to zoom out real quick. We've had a couple expire. So the tornado warning for Bledsoe, Sequatchie has expired. Tornado warning for Northeast Georgia has expired. The one for Grundy County is still in effect, but that storm is still to the west. We're going to come to that in just a minute. First, we are going to deal with the severe thunderstorm warning producing just ridiculous hail. Rain has stopped pouring hard in downtown Lafayette, thunder and lightning. Soddy Daisy getting hammered with rain. So that hail core, that's south of Trenton. Let me click on that, severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to click on this, and the hail is 100%. Of course it is. 3-inch in diameter hail, okay? 3-inch in diameter hail. That's insane. That's damage. That's you getting a new roof in a couple of months. That's big, and that's rising fawn, and that's dangerous. If you're in rising fawn, I would go to my safe place just because of the hail. This is where we could see some broken windshields. I mean, that 3-inch hail. That's insane. That is amazing. And that's what we're getting. In rising fawn, you can see all of this falling. I'm going to click on the hail core. And rising fawn, you are getting it. My goodness. Checking to see, I don't think rotation is going to be an issue. I think the main thing is going to be that hail. And I am feeling for my friends in rising fawn right now. If you know people or you are in rising fawn, let me know what's going on. Okay, Erin says she's in rising fawn and there's no hail at her house. I don't know where you live, but this is where you see these dark purples, the probables, the likelies. There's somebody's getting hail underneath that. Somebody is getting hail underneath that.
Which county is that in?
What's that?
Which county is that in again?
That's in southern Dade County.
Okay, thank you.
And parts of DeKalb County.
Okay.
Okay, brand new tornado warning. Brand new tornado warning. This one is for, hang on, I'm going to click on it. We have a little bit of Jackson County and up into Franklin County. So Jackson County and up into Franklin County, tornado warning. We're not taking our eye off this one. So if you're in rising fawn, Tad says no hail yet. Okay, Catherine says I'm in rising fawn and it's definitely hailing here. Okay, so if you are where the black is, that's where the hail is, okay? This tornado warning, we're going to click on it. 3.0 BTI. The next 25 minutes, these are the areas that will be impacted. And I'm going to see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so what I'm seeing is right about here, and this is in Jackson County. This is just west of Pleasant Grove. There's a little red, a little gray. Let me see if that matches up. Yeah, so that matches up with this. And that matches up with this. And that matches up with this. Okay, so we do have some rotation. We have the hail in the right spot. And welcome, by the way, US 101 simulcasting on US 101. I appreciate you guys simulcasting our signal. We're talking about this brand new tornado warning in effect for Jackson County, extending up into Franklin County. And we're noticing hail. We're also looking at a little bit of rotation. I'm going to tell you the area I'm really interested in right here, west of Pleasant Grove. Doesn't mean there's a tornado here. It does mean that, and I'll bet this is what it will say on the statement when I pull that up, and that's going to say, there it is, I think, 948, yeah, okay. A severe thunderstorm warning, I don't want that. Okay, so I'll bet what it's going to say is that it's a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. So let's flip on that real quick. Mix 104.1, glad you're listening in also in Cleveland. All of our radio partners, we're so glad you're tuned in and admire your dedication, keeping everybody safe. Talking about this tornado warning that is in effect for Jackson County. A lot of hail. Look at that, another big hail core right there. Hail is a big issue with these storms. We've got a hail core there, another hail core right here in North Georgia. And I'm going to click on that tornado warning and see what we're dealing with there. So that tornado warning is saying, hang on one second. Severe thunderstorm warning capable of producing a tornado. That important distinction, located 10 miles northwest of Stevenson, moving east at 20 miles per hour. And like we showed you a minute ago, radar was indicating rotation. So we're going to keep an eye on that as it moves into South Pittsburgh, Kimball, and other parts of the Sequatchie Valley. What were you saying?
Oh, portions of Chattanooga, like Red Bank, are under the severe thunderstorm.
Okay. So now they've extended the severe thunderstorm warning. So now we have the severe thunderstorm warning that does include parts of downtown Chattanooga until 10:30. And with that, we do have a BTI of 5.1. I'm looking at this. Let me check on this shear here for a second. Hang on one second. Okay, I'm not seeing anything impressive in terms of rotation or shear. And quite frankly, I'm not seeing much in the way of hail, but 60-mile-per-hour winds and small hail are certainly going to be an issue there. And
DeKalb and Jackson are now under a tornado warning.
Okay, and another tornado warning for Jackson and DeKalb. So let's go ahead and fly out to that. Okay, so there's another tornado warning. This one for Jackson County, that's the one we were talking about a minute ago. This one for these storms, moving to the northeast. BTI is not that high. This is another hail maker, moving northeast at 29 miles per hour. And this also, I am guessing, is going to say a storm capable of producing tornadoes along with 1 inch in diameter hail. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located over Hollywood near Scottsboro, moving east at 20 miles per hour. And so we'll click on that. These are some of the areas in the path in the next 30 minutes. 60% chance of hail, and we'll see if that increases. Meanwhile, this storm, low BTI number for the storms that we've been seeing. Hail size 1.75 inches in diameter. Earlier we had hail 3 inches in diameter. It's now 2 inches in diameter with this batch. So we're going to zoom in on a few of these. Again, welcome to our partners, radio partners on US 101, Mix, WCLE also. And let's see what we're dealing with hail. Yep, still a nice little potential hail. Notice that we're not in these darks anymore. So if you're getting hail, you'd be getting it on Cove Road, Hinkle Road, maybe back towards Cedar Hill, which has had its share of severe weather over the past 24 hours. But just really nasty weather there. A lot of wind, heavy rain. I'll put in the lightning. Lightning, there we go. Lightning, not crazy lightning. All right. Okay, so this severe thunderstorm warning, or tornado warning rather, in effect until 9:30. So that's in effect for another 40 minutes. I'm going to get a drink of water real quick. Pardon my sipping sound there. Okay, so this one heading towards South Pittsburgh. I think we're looking at some hail there. Yeah, another nice little hail core. Let's zoom in on that. That's northern Jackson County. Not necessarily a tornado on the ground, but definitely some rotation above you just to your west, and you don't want any part of that. You want to be on the safe side, go to your safe place, and yeah, probably be okay, but you know what? You do not want to chance it. That tornado warning for Grundy, I'll read you some of the verbiage of that. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado 9 miles north of Mont Eagle, 13 miles southeast of Manchester, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Colmont, Grootley Lager, Palmer, go to your safe place. The lowest, most inside part of your home is where you need to be. Again, not a confirmed tornado on the ground, just definite signs of rotation. I'm looking for anything that shows just a definitive sign of tornadic activity on the ground, and I'm not seeing that. Definitely seeing some signs of some rotation in the air. You can see a little red mixed with green right here. Got a little bit of a notch right here. Nowhere specific. I mean, okay. if they want to, honestly, I think the best thing to do is just, this is behind the scenes conversation, guys, but if they want to listen to what I'm saying and just kind of send from there, if that's okay. What they're going to need to do. Okay, so the tornado warning, and this is one of 3 tornado warnings that we have in effect for our area. We're definitely seeing some rotation with the one in Grundy County. We're seeing a lot of hail with the one here in Jackson County and Franklin County. And with this one, we have seen a little bit of rotation with that one, but we haven't had anything on the ground. Severe thunderstorm warnings galore. I'm going to click on them. Bradley County ends at 10:15. Hamilton County 10:30. Walker, Dade County, 10:30. Tornado warning until 9:30 Central, so that's going to be 10:30. So let's deal with our...
Some of them are until 11 for the northeastern portions. There's like a new one.
Okay, okay. So let's deal with the tornado warnings one by one. We're going to start down here. We'll start in Alabama, and it was right over Hollywood. You can see a little notch there also. And you can see a lot of areas of weak to strong shear, the red indicating stronger areas of shear. So probably some rotation there. Not seeing anything crazy impressive. That's an impressive showing on our rain, hail, shear map. Whenever you see the blacks and the whites, and you, this is we don't see this, okay? The blacks and the whites are rare, okay? I'm seeing it in 3 locations. So 1, 2, 3. And basically what that means is definite hail and definite wind shear, which means most likely some rotation, even though we don't have a tornado warning in Dade County. We're going to focus on that also. So the strongest shear is right here north of Scottsboro. So, and this is being on the safe side. Again, there is no confirmed tornado on the ground. If a tornado gets confirmed, they actually change the color to purple from red. But there is rotation in this area, and that could produce a tornado. And you can see this little notch right here. That indicates that there is likely some rotation in that area, okay? Not necessarily a tornado, but even with that, a lot of wind, a lot of hail, a lot of lightning, okay? So this one, very strong shear right here. BTI of 3 out of 10 on our tornado index scale. These are the areas in the next 30 minutes it's going to be near. I'll let you look at that for a second before we take it down. And now let's see if we have anything else that's really backing that up. Okay, just a lot of hail with that. And you've seen, look at the hail that's just falling out of that.
Wild.
So that's pretty crazy. And a lot of that is big hail. That's not just, yeah, that's stuff that'll dent your car and you if you're out in it. All right? So now let's go to, those are our 2 tornado warnings. What we can say about both of those is there's some rotation. If you're in the path, you want to be in your safe place and just wait until it's over. Most of these are over at 10:30, okay? Now we'll go to the one, you can see the heaviest rain, the strongest storms are directly over Altamont. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for Sequatchie County as well as Bledsoe, where we had the tornado warning earlier. So severe thunderstorm warning for you. Widely spread rainfall, nothing exciting in terms of tornadic activity in the radar imagery. Nothing exciting really on our shear. You can see that area of red west of Colmont. And a little bit, and again, this is where we would be seeing it if we're seeing anything, would be right about here. But that looks like that shear has weakened somewhat. And let me look at the shear swath. So the shear swath is the history of the shear. And you can see how it was incredibly strong here, prompting the warning, and it's been kind of fluctuating and weakening as it's moved eastward. So the threat not as great as it was, but still it's there, and that rotation can pick up on a dime, so we need to be watchful of it. Okay. Graysville, Dayton. Those are storms producing 60-mile-per-hour winds and likely some hail within there as well. If you were in Cleveland, welcome our listeners on WCLE. I know you're listening in. Storm moving through Ooltewah. That's headed toward Cleveland. Again, we're looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail, 1.25 inches in diameter, and a BTI of 5. So I haven't seen any, but I'm continuing to watch this for rotation. Not a tornado warning, just a severe thunderstorm warning. So Ooltewah, that's what you're dealing with until 10:30. That severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. Red Bank, Chattanooga, East Ridge, severe thunderstorm warning, but it's the storm that has prompted it for you is over. Don't relax. You have a lot more to the southwest. But the one that prompted the severe thunderstorm warning, this particular one, has moved off to the east. Ooltewah, it is nasty for you incredible rain, lots of localized flooding and ponding on the roads, I would imagine. I'm going to click on and see what you guys are saying. Let me know what is happening where you are. Lots of lightning in McMinn County, getting a ton of lightning in Athens. We're going to fly on up to Athens. And there you go. There's Athens, Cleveland. Let's go out to the entire area. Lots of lightning and thunder in Chatsworth.
Flash flood warning for Cannon Coffee and Wine.
Okay, that's not in our area.
Okay.
Thunder and lightning in Benton, heavy rain and lots of lightning in Ooltewah. Yes, there is. Don't I know it, right? Raining heavy in Rock Spring, Georgia. Rain, lightning in Ooltewah. Joey says we're in the basement, but can hear the thunder in Ooltewah. Tons of lightning and rain off Snow Hill Road in Ooltewah. Bad storm in Charleston. Strong winds. Georgetown, lots of lightning, rain, and wind. Torrential rain in Harrison. Okay. Fortunately, and I'm going to be glasses half full here for a minute, nothing indicating any tornadic activity, and it's a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning. With that said, 60-mile-per-hour winds are possible with this storm, along with hail, along with lightning, along with the pounding rain. So that alone can do damage, can cause flooding, can knock over tree limbs, knock out power, things of that nature. Graysville, you are getting it. Wind, rain, the whole nine in Graysville. Moving into Dayton, I'm going to click on this storm. These are the areas in the next 11 minutes. BTI tornado index of 4.6 out of 10. Hail being produced. Let's see if we have a hail core. You can see a little weak. I'll turn off the lightning so you can see it. Fairly weak hail core over Graysville. If you live in Graysville, let me know if you are getting hail in Graysville. Yeah, I know you're getting a lot of rain, and I know you're getting a lot of lightning. Not seeing, well, let's check this out. A little bit of wind shear. Nice little pop there indicating the hail. Nothing too impressive. There may be some broad rotation there, but I'm not seeing any strong shear getting picked up by that. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. Will it ever stop? Will it ever stop? Probably not. Not for a few hours, guys. Hang in there. Okay, Grouply Logger, just north. You can see this storm. Big, tall storm. 4.5 out of 10 on our tornado index. Definitely producing some hail. We'll switch on that. And look at all the hail. This is the, let me see if there's no current hail core that I'm picking up. Doesn't mean there's not hail, it's just not getting picked up. But all of this is the hail history, the hail that has fallen out of these storms. Want to see something impressive? Look at all of the hail that's fallen all across the Tennessee Valley. Now let's see if we have a hail core that we can pick out. And you can see one just south of Dayton. We showed that one just a moment ago. Let's go back to our reflectivity. And the tornado warning for North Jackson County, that will expire in about 8 minutes, but I will tell you that that storm is now northeast. So if you're in Jackson County, this tornado warning no longer applies to you. It is now being transferred to this severe thunderstorm warning for Marion County over South Pittsburgh, where we did have some big time hail. Looks like it's not as big time anymore. You can see how heavy that hail was when it was moving through northern Jackson County. And now we're dealing with really heavy rain, lots of lightning and gusty winds in South Pittsburgh, moving east-northeast, clipping Jasper, and that's probably going to be moving toward Red Bank and Chattanooga very quickly. Looks like a new tornado warning, DeKalb County. And there is not much there. That's over in 23 minutes. Let me see. I see a little bit of a notch there.
And Walker County.
Oh, Walker County, yeah. Extending into Walker County for this little storm right here. And okay, there it is. I can see that shear, that pretty strong shear right there. And let's see if we have a hail core. No hail. So you can see this little notch right here, right? So that is an indication that we have some little bit of rotation going on right here, okay? And if I click on our shear, which is a change of direction of the wind, you can see that is exactly where we have it. So there's definitely rotation north of Valley Head. Is there a tornado? I'm going to pull it up. Okay, and hang on one second. Okay, so that is a nice little area of rotation, and I'm going to read. This is one that we're going to watch very carefully. That's going to be moving into, let me turn that off. But this area is where we're concerned. That's, I'll zoom in because I'm going to get real specific because I'm going to send some people to the shelter. Kaolin, Battelle, Head River, go to your safe place. Go to your safe place. That is a nasty looking cell. I'm going to tell you the exact text of that, okay? So that tornado warning until 9:30 Central. A severe thunderstorm, again, capable of producing a tornado. And this is it. This is where things are lining up. This is honestly right around Kaolin, I'm going to call it, moving to the east-northeast. So we have shear, red and green. That's where we have rain getting picked up by the radar, traveling to and away. And because it's together, it creates a circulation. Okay, so we've got a circulation there. We've got a high shear rate level. And those two things, and then on reflectivity, and it's just putting a nice little icon, a rotation icon right on top of it for us. And then we also have this little notch in the radar that also indicates rotation. So we 100% have rotation with this thunderstorm. Still no confirmation that one has touched the ground, but this is one that you want to be inside and not near. So let's talk to some folks and let's clear this off, and we're going to keep an eye on this. We're going to turn the tube up, and if you are, let me turn it back this way for just a second, and we're going to get close in on this, guys. If you're Head River, go to your safe place. If you're Sulphur Springs Station, go to your safe place. Harrisburg, Center Post, Bronco, go to your safe place. Go to your safe place immediately. This is the best lineup of rotation that I have seen so far. And this is honestly, again, I'm not saying a tornado is touching the ground. I'm saying this is the most worthy tornado warning that I have seen so far. And it's beginning to move into Walker County. You can see the rotation right here. That again is moving into Walker County, even southern Dade County, the extreme southern tip of Dade